It actually took me a couple of years working with clients to really understand. But every single business that I've worked with, every single client that I've worked with faces three key challenges. And that is building up credibility in the marketplace, building up marketplace authority, and building marketing consistency. This is probably on all of your audience's mind is how is AI going to affect anything, especially on the marketing side. I gotta tell you, I've been using AI for well over 2 years, and to me, it's a positive game changer. It's never good enough to be good once. It's how good are you lately?
Yeah.
This is the Bender CFO Podcast, where we empower business owners to gain financial clarity and maximize growth.
I appreciate you taking some time to watch this video. If you have any questions that you want me to answer and you want to book a meeting with me, please click on this QR code and book some time so we can talk about your business, your challenges, your specific concerns. I would love to meet you. So let's have a meeting. Hello, today's guest is Scotty Smith, the founder of Cyclewerx Marketing, a powerhouse firm delivering marketing, sales, and HubSpot solutions tailored for B2B software and technology companies. As a certified HubSpot solution partner, Cyclewerx specializes in customer relationship management, that's CRM, marketing automation, CMS, content management system, and helping businesses fine-tune their marketing operations and tech stack. From auditing your current tools to launching smart inbound campaigns, Scotty's team knows how to get your brand moving fast. If you're looking to grow your LinkedIn following, optimize your marketing stack, or just blow past the competition, you're going to love this conversation. So we're going to dive in. So welcome to the show, Scotty.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shane. Glad to be here.
Yeah, Scotty and I go back a few years. I believe we first actually met at Toastmasters here in the area, and he lives pretty close to me, and we've just built a connection, and he's also helped me and some other people that I worked with marketing and done a lot of great things. So I can definitely vouch for his knowledge, and especially if you have any interest in HubSpot and SEO. I mean, I don't know. It's a broad range of abilities. I'm excited for this conversation. But you know what? I always like to kind of understand, like, really what inspired you to start and build your own firm, your current venture right now?
Shane, I will tell you, I have been in marketing for well over 30 years. And before that, I was in straight commission sales. After spending a lot of time on the corporate side, and I've only been in B2B corporate marketing, never really done anything else. But it occurred to me, and especially as I get a little older and I'm looking at the rest of my career and how I can safeguard it, I felt the best way to do that was to start my own company. And that's where Cyclewerx Marketing came in. We're really focused on helping companies from the marketing standpoint. But it didn't take very long. Within a year or so, I realized, hey, hang on just a second. Throughout my career, I've supported companies on the sales side of the business. And before that, I did commission sales for a number of years. Why am I not helping companies, small businesses grow on the sales and the marketing side of the business? And that's where the eureka moment came to me is that, hey, we really should be a full service firm that helps both sides of it. And one key thing that I realized over the last several years, last company that I was with, the owner of the company asked for us to do a tech audit every year to see if there was a better platform that we should be on. And I started noticing HubSpot had a name for itself. But for the first couple of years I was working there, I didn't think it was as good as some of the other tools in the market. And then that last year, I saw them make giant leaps and bounds with an investment. And with just huge leaps in their capabilities. And I decided, you know what? When you have an agency of yourself, if you're trying to work on a vast number of clients, you've got to standardize yourself on a platform where you can be far more skilled and efficient. And that's why early on, I decided that's why I was going to become a HubSpot certified partner, because that way, me and my team, we could all standardize on one single platform, become far more skilled and efficient at it, and help leverage the platform to help our marketing and sales efforts for our clients. And HubSpot's a great platform for that because it covers everything that Cyclewerx Marketing specializes in. It covers all aspects of digital marketing. It covers sales and sales prospecting and operations. And another huge thing is operations and is branding and website design. So that was another area. I gotta tell you, Shane, I never thought that I would get into, but over the course of my career, I had managed well over 25 website launches. And HubSpot CMS has this great property. And one of the things that I first did when I started my own business was I developed a WordPress site. But yet, when I started working with HubSpot, they came to me and said, you could move your site to HubSpot CMS. And so after I went through that initial movement, I thought, wow, this tool is incredibly powerful. I bet you that we could do this for a lot of our clients. And so we have. And who knew that would be such a major core part of our business? But most all the clients that we work with, that's one of the first things that we do is we develop a HubSpot built CMS content management system for their website. And it fully integrates with their HubSpot platform, enabling us to leverage their marketing and sales capabilities and reporting from their website itself.
Right. Yeah, and I've got to see this firsthand from start using the website, using the sales features and the reporting capabilities that come along with that integration. So tell it, how are you specifically adding that value to these entrepreneurs in growth stage companies? Like what is something that they experience where, hey, there's value in this, there's an impact that they're going to get?
Right. One thing that definitely sets HubSpot apart is, as I mentioned before, my experience has only been on the corporate side. So when I started Cyclewerx Marketing, I only knew how to do corporate marketing. I've never been an agency. So one of the things that we did is we thought, why don't we offer work just like we would with any of the companies I've ever worked for before? For most of the clients that I work with, I serve as their fractional CMO, their partner, if you will. And I truly believe it's a partnership. And then my agency serves as their outsourced marketing. Typically, at the beginning of every month, I sit down and write the marketing strategy that we're going to work on that month, run it by the client, and then my agency goes out and actually executes it each month, just as if I was being their own marketing department. One of the things that I found for all the clients that I work with, I've worked with companies that, hey, they've been around for about 8 years to companies that have been around for 20 plus years. One of the biggest challenges is they are so busy trying to run their business. They're not marketing experts. They are experts in their field of business. And they are so busy trying to succeed in their own business, in executing work for their clients, that they really are challenged with providing marketing. So what do? They'll bring on what they can afford. They'll bring in marketing specialists, marketing managers, but typically at that level, they don't know all the different aspects that should be done. They need a true partnership, one that they can feel comfortable with offloading a lot of these marketing decisions. Somebody that can actually come in and understand their business, how they operate, their target audience, their messaging, and really work as a partner again with their business to be able to execute all their marketing on behalf of them. So the way I look at it is that I'm not a separate agency. I'm part of a whole bunch of different clients. And I truly feel like we are that client's business.
Yes, that's great. I definitely have experienced that value and that partnership. So I think that other business owners would see that too. And of course, ultimately the value comes in they're getting new customers, new leads, new opportunities to share what they're doing in the best content marketing is popular now, videos, how you use that. So we've seen a lot of that.
Shane, if I go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, what else?
I was going to say there's one other key point that I want to bring up. It actually took me a couple of years working with clients to really understand. But every single business that I've worked with, every single client that I've worked with faces three key challenges. And that is building up credibility in the marketplace, building up marketplace authority, and building marketing consistency. And that's a huge challenge that every one of these clients is faced with. So one of the things that we have done, and probably a big differentiator for us, is we've really developed and leaned in hard to building all the clients we work with a solid marketing foundation so that all of these start to develop at the same time. So they really start establishing their authority in the marketplace, providing marketing that demonstrates their credibility to their prospects and their clients. And then not doing it once, but doing it on a consistent basis. How many times have you heard about the story that said, hey, I put out a social post last month, but I don't want to do social media because I never saw any traction on that one single post?
Yeah.
And it's funny that we say that, but I hear it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you've even said the number of contacts that you've got to make is increased a lot through
It's
the combination
ridiculous.
of email and
There's
social media, phone,
so
texting,
much
all
noise
these
out
things.
there.
Yeah.
How do you overcome that? It started back when I started in marketing. We were taught in college that you had to make about 12 contacts before people would really start remembering your brand. Now it's well over 16. There is so much noise out there. Finding ways to constantly reach out to people and get in front of them so that when they do have their need, when they are finally like that fire is on them, hey, I need to do something, you're the first company they think to call.
Yeah. So tell me, I'm curious what you would say in this day and age, just take this year or even the last few months, what are some key industry trends that businesses should really pay attention to, especially with marketing, that misconceptions, whatever? What would you say to that?
I think this is probably on all of your audience's mind is how is AI going to affect anything, especially on the
Right.
marketing side. I got to tell you, I've been using AI for well over 2 years, and to me, it's a positive game changer. And I'm definitely not scared of it. But for a small business, here's my thought. It doesn't really matter the size of business you are. If you're a growing business, again, you are knowledgeable in your business. You do not know what to ask the AI to do. But more importantly, you're already struggling with your small business to be able to manage your clients, manage your outbound sales process, to take care of that. How are you ever going to execute whatever marketing techniques or strategies that an AI even gives you? And the challenge with most small businesses, they don't even know all the questions or all the information they should be providing the AI. It in return will give you the information you need to know about your own business, about the industry that you operate in, about your clients and your audiences. There is so much to consider and to take in all this knowledge to be able to make a difference that I don't see AI I don't personally see it as a threat to marketers. I actually see it as a huge help in me being able to deliver better content, better
Hmm.
project management, more skilled and expedient results, and more content and probably more techniques and strategy that targets your market far more effectively. Another
Yeah.
area that people are concerned about is AI search. So a
Yeah.
couple of things. First of all, AI is, especially Google, they're doing a much better job about, and I say better, that for better or worse, about leveraging AI in their search results. But if you look, they're not just pulling this content out of thin air. They are actually using their Google search results to deliver the AI information at the very top of the page. So
Right.
things really haven't changed. The only difference is that you want your content to be at the very top so that when Google quotes something, it quotes your business and not somebody else's. So setting your content up and structuring it, again, just like we always have done, so that it reaches the top of Google search results. That's key and that's very important. And another thing is because more and more people are turning to AI, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So how
Right.
many people are actually doing, here's a trick, in a paid ChatGPT like I'm using, all the content that we work on, it's protected. None of it gets outside of the ChatGPT instance we're on. But here's a trick. If you start feeding that same content into the free version, then it's going to start using that information and start including it in AI search results. So if you want your business to get found more often in AI search results like ChatGPT, start doing a lot of information and feeding it stuff on the free version so it can start getting found a lot more.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy for
All right.
sure. AI is just, that's almost, I feel like every conversation we've had this year, we've had discussions about AI and what that means and how do you do. And you could put together a whole marketing plan using ChatGPT, but then what are you going to do with it? How are you going to actually implement all those steps? And there's a lot to it, but I
And
agree
again,
with you. Yeah.
how do you know all the information that you should be giving to AI to help it make the best decision for your specific business, for where
Yeah.
you are in the marketplace, and for who your specific audience is.
Hey guys, I've worked with marketing agencies for over 20 years. Have you ever wanted to know some key metrics that you should look for as a marketing agency? Have you ever wanted to understand how to forecast your agency better in the sense where you hit the key metrics, the gross margin, the operating margin, different revenue per person metrics, whatever you would need to be the most successful and hit your goals? To add value. So we have the ultimate guide for financial forecasting for marketing agencies. It's free, really. You just need to click on the QR code, go to the URL, type your name and email, and you can download this free guide. It's not very long, 10 pages, but it gives you some insights that you can find valuable in helping to do a forecast and understand whether you're hitting the metrics you need to hit. So check out this guide. Would love to have a conversation with you if you have more questions. Yeah, I remember that reading an article recently about the issue of that Google results. They'll give you kind of stuff at the top. And so people aren't necessarily going and scrolling down as far to click on organic search type results. And so it might be limiting some of the, I don't know, some of the people that were relying on that. They're not getting as many results now. It's an interesting
Maybe, but think
issue.
about this. Most of the time when people reach out because they have a need for one of our businesses, they're not looking at just the top, whatever the AI result is. They're
Right.
actually going out and trying to find a company that serves their needs. So therefore, the AI result at the top is not such a huge benefit. It still really is that top 10 that you're looking at, and probably the top 3, or even the local search results. If somebody has got a need and they need a fractional CFO, they're going to actually be looking for, hey, who's the best fit for me? Who's going to do what I need to do? Who's going to solve my problem? And they're not going to find the results just from the AI at top. They're going to have to look in and start comparing.
Yeah.
And so it's at that stage that you want to make sure that your content is up to date. It's, again, because Google and all these other search engines, they do focus on several things. They focus on those 3 key aspects. They focus on your authority in the marketplace, your credibility, and your marketing consistency. Here's a quick question. If a search engine has 2 options to show you, one, a company that is only periodically putting out information to demonstrate their authority in the marketplace, versus one that maybe puts out information on a monthly or bi-weekly basis, who's that search engine going to recommend more? This one, because it values your authority, it values the recency, and it values, again, your consistency in doing so. So it's like my dad always said to me, it's never good enough to be good once, it's how good are you lately?
Yeah.
And you've got to be constantly touting your own horn.
I like this discussion. It makes me wonder if I don't know if it makes a difference. You put the content out on your website or you have a newsletter, blog, all that's on the website. I wonder if you just take that, go to the free version of ChatGPT and paste it in there, if that increases anything. I don't know.
We should test.
Maybe we should test that.
We should test that.
I also think about marketing.
Testing,
Yeah. This is an interesting relationship because Scotty has been helping me with my marketing for a long time. But I, as a fractional CFO, do a lot of work specifically with marketing agencies. And Scotty a few years ago was like, hey, was it the niches, the riches are in the niches or whatever, as they say. And so why don't we figure out how to niche this down? And I'm like, what would be a good industry? And I'm like, oh, I can do this for lots of industries, and that's not the right answer. So, okay, we got to find, of course, I have a tremendous amount of years of experience before starting my firm. At this point in time of this recording, 20 years of experience helping marketing agencies. So we did all this work on that. And so now I pop up a lot higher. But so we've been very collaborative. He's being a marketing person, I'm being a financial person, and how can we help marketing agencies? But just from your perspective and your experience and how important marketing is, how do you feel like that for founders to scale and sell their business or to grow their business to a point where there's more value? What strategic advice would you offer them to strengthen their financial and operational foundation?
You bet. For most companies, so many people, when they start out their businesses, or they want to be everything to everybody. I put together this great product. This great service together. I don't want to exclude anybody from my marketing efforts. But the downside is it becomes so much harder to reach your target audience. It's really challenging to be everything to everybody. So I always advise companies, find your target audience, grow them hard. And then after you've really grown them for a number of years, take that same information, replicate it, and target another audience that you can grow. And you're right, we have had really fantastic luck targeting marketing agencies because you have a great skill set and now you are constantly found. You're always ranking in the top 3 when somebody's looking for a fractional CFO for marketing agencies. So that is a key thing. That is definitely a key thing. Other key things, especially if you're looking to sell your business, you want to standardize on as many of your marketing processes as you possibly can. Again, be consistent. So that means little things like putting together and using a content calendar each month so that you're constantly showing what you're doing. And I've got to imagine to a prospective buyer, they're far more likely to move on a company and be interested in a company where they see that there is a long-term plan in place to constantly generate marketing efforts and constantly generate leads. So putting together a very consistent plan and executing that plan, I think that is giant and key across the board. So that's probably one of the big things that I would say in that area.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if I'm putting my fractional CFO hat on, as I try to do from time to time, I would say that if you have a consistent marketing funnel,
Lead generation
a
engine,
lead
right?
generation of getting new opportunities, new clients that are diversified, you don't have too much concentration with one client, and you have more clients that keep coming in. And of course that makes your pipeline bigger. It goes to where you have the marketing and the sales going together. That makes your
Right.
pipeline bigger. That will increase the value of your company. That's your business, because of its growth level. It's one of the levers you look at, and that increases the value of your business. So when you do come to the
Right.
point where you want to sell your business, it'll be worth more.
And I think you hit on something very important. When we first start working with a new client, we try to be as honest as we can up front. And it really strikes people because they're not used to hearing this. But I tell people flat out, hey, your marketing efforts to build that lead generation engine, we're going to build it. But it's going to take, depending on your target audience, it's going to take anywhere between 6 months to maybe 18 months to 2 years to grow it before that snowball starts hitting, and it will start getting bigger and bigger as it goes along. But what do you do in the meantime? And that's why I always work with clients to help develop an outbound sales process so that they can start reaching out to prospects from an early stage and help start driving some of those leads before that marketing engine really starts kicking in. And putting both the sales process tied with the marketing process, I guarantee your business is going to look far more attractive to a prospective buyer.
Yeah, that's great. It's great. I just kind of like to end on these types of questions, more personally related questions. What really motivates you in your work today?
I'm going to tell you, I know this is weird, but even after all this time, I still find the marketing career absolutely fascinating. I have so many contemporaries that I know of have decided to leave the profession, decided to go do something else. But I think I am partly a giant geek. I love all the new technology. I love finding out how we can leverage these new strategies to help drive traffic. I love finding out about the new platforms, and AI to me, I think is immensely fascinating. How can we leverage all the different aspects of SEO? What are the different aspects we can use to be able to help increase your leads in any given manner? I just find it infinitely fascinating. And then I'm also tied because at the end of the day, being able to see satisfied clients where they do see their results, they do see traffic slowly start to come in, and then it starts developing into this bigger engine that's consistently driving leads. That makes me feel good. And I think a lot of it is I like helping people, and it's a great way for me to be able to partner with other business owners and to be able to help them. I'm a big believer in partnership, and I've done this long enough. I can pick and choose now the clients I want to work with. The clients I want to stick around with, I have been with for a long time because it's truly more of a partnership rather than one side is directing the other. So I think that's
Yeah.
what really drives me and keeps me going this whole time.
Yeah, that's great. I've really enjoyed this conversation. I will tell you that it doesn't even matter if you're a marketing agency, even if you're a marketing agency, you need to have marketing. You don't want to be one of those, the cobbler's kids that have bad shoes
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
no, it's a
We
shame.
got to market for your own marketing agency. No, I can't
It
even tell you
is.
how many times I've had that discussion with
It's
marketing
funny
agencies.
and surprising how many other marketing agencies we actually wind up helping implement HubSpot and HubSpot solutions for.
Yeah.
And for some marketing agencies, we have served as white label to execute on some of their vision that they want to do.
Yeah, and that's great. And I was just saying that because I see a lot of value in marketing. Many times when I'm having a conversation, about half of my business is marketing agencies. Sales and marketing is a factor, and it's brought up
Right?
all the time. And you're like constantly talking about how can you improve that element of the business so that we can talk about expenses, we can talk about cash flow, we can talk about strategy, we can talk about a lot of things. But at the end of the day, a lot of it just comes down to you haven't closed enough new business. You said you were going to close $2 million in new business this year, and there hasn't been any. And that's a component of marketing and sales, most likely. So this was a great discussion. Hey, is there any last minute thoughts that you want to share with us?
What Cyclewerx is here to help for any companies that you might or any clients that you might have. Like I said, not only do we have help on the marketing side, but we have developed sales processes because that is a challenge for so many companies. And even companies with larger sales teams that we've discovered, those with larger sales teams, you've got all these independent sales agents that are telling their clients completely different things. Whereas if you tie in those processes together, you can get everybody on the same page, helping them close more business with consistent messaging. So I could talk about sales and marketing processes all day long, Shane. I really could. If anybody ever wants to just chat about marketing or sales, I'm here for it. I love it. That's probably, I want to leave you on that. I've really enjoyed working with Shane these past several years. We've got some, I hate to use the word synergy, but we've got some great synergy together. And you know what? A little shout for Toastmasters too. It brought us together, but if you're a small business owner, and I'm sure one of the things you're going to be out doing is talking to other people, check out Toastmasters.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been highly helpful for me. Also, this is a great conversation. I cannot tell you enough about how important this in your business is and how much it's helped my business. And it doesn't matter what size you are. You could be relatively small and you need to have some elements of this, or you could be $20 million in revenue. You need this type of help. Scotty can help, and especially if you are thinking or have any thought about moving to HubSpot, or you are in HubSpot and you don't know how to utilize it because there's a lot of components to it.
Or if you're thinking about a new website.
Or a new website, all of that. So anyway, it's good talking with you, Scotty. You have a great one.
All right. Thank you, Shane.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to the Bender CFO podcast. Help us out by subscribing on YouTube so you don't miss another episode, or listen to us on Spotify and rate us 5 stars so more people can get this content to help their businesses grow and be successful.